Penta.
Before we get into any detail, I was going to give a quick disclaimer to all the pros. I'm actually bad at League, but I like to pick random champs, play them out of meta, and then try new builds and then show them to everyone if they actually work. So if you don't know, Shen is actually meant to be a ninja, but obviously Riot didn't give two shits and made him into a tank. But today I'm going to show you how to play the original Shen, where you go in, get pentakill and just walk out because you do that much damage. And yeah. Okay, we have his Q, which is called Twilight Soul, and he summons a sword, which slows people, does damage, and for the next 3 attacks does base damage on their max health. Secondly, we have something called Shadow Dash, and this is Shen's E, where he dashes in a direction and taunting enemies in his path, as well as dealing a slight bit of damage. Thirdly, we have something called Spirit's Refuge, and this is Shen's W, where attacks that would hit Shen or his allies were blocked, and for the next 2 seconds, any basic attacks are blocked. Shen also has a lot of burst damage, and in this clip I'm going to show you a combo which is basically you eat into the person, you activate your Q, and as soon as you've activated your Q, you activate Titanic Hydra, and your next basic attack will do a lot of damage. Okay, so now that we are finally at the build, the part you've been waiting for. We have the 6 items, the 6 legendary items of Shen Ninja, and firstly we have the Skirmisher's Saber, and this is the Satyr Devourer item. And this item is good because it gives you magic damage on hit, and it gives you quite a lot of attack speed. And obviously, quick tip, you want to get your sated as fast as you can, so you want to keep on getting stacks, and obviously you should be able to know how to do that. Secondly, we have something called Titanic Hydra. This gives you a lot of burst damage, which I'm going to show you. It's like a combo I'm going to show you on the next clip, and it gives you health and it does damage, and literally there's like a bit slight AoE, which is really good. You have Static Shield, which is crit and attack speed, which is pretty good because obviously you have more attack speed, you're going to kill people faster, and the crit will just do loads of damage. You have something called Blade of the Ruin King, which gives you attack speed, damage, and lifesteal. Lifesteal is good because it gives you sustain, and it'd be good because after you get damage and after you do damage and you take damage, you can just go to like Scuttle or something, or just minions and get your sustain up again. We have something called IE, which is Infinity Edge, and this gives you damage, but it also gives you crit chance, which is pretty good. And it's passive. It's where crit chances do 50% more damage. It did get nerfed. It used to do 250% more, but now it only does 50%. But it still does a lot more damage. And finally, we have something called Phantom Dancer. This gives you attack speed, movement speed. It's only a bit of movement speed, but it also gives you crit chance. So you probably, by the end of this, you'll have about 80% crit. And that's excluding your runes and masteries. You'll have 80% crit with 50% more damage. You have sustain. You have health, a bit more health, and Shen has base health as well. And you have magic damage on hit. You literally do so much damage. And this build is really good because, as well as having the damage itself, you can have sustain. After taking loads of it'll be really hard for people. It'll be hard for people to kill you because they do damage to you, but you do so much more damage to them. So that's why you don't have to go tank Shen anymore. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That is pretty good. It's like literally the best build ever. And yeah, that is literally the build.